It hasn't been easy. A lot of mental health issues that I suffered with that didn't really get brought to my attention until I was about 28, 29 years old. So living with that and asking yourself questions daily about what's going on inside your head is not a good experience, man. And I'm very open about it now to try and get other people to know if there's something wrong. It's hard, man, because if you've got mental health issues, everyone says talk, ask for help. But if you've got mental health issues, you will not ask. You stop answering your phone. You stop hanging out with your mates. You go into a ball. You let it kill you. That's because it's hard. So, my advice to anyone out there is if you got a friend or a partner or a wife or a husband or a cousin, a brother, a sister, a son, a daughter, if they're acting up, ask them and keep asking them, because I'm sure the first time you ask them, they're going to say, I'm fine. You got to keep asking them. You got to go around there. You got to get in the house. You got to see what's going on, and you got to keep doing it. And that's the way, man. Like I was a mess, and thankfully I got through it. I don't know how, but I did, and I feel good now. My mind is clear, and I'm happy. So I'm happy. Whatever happens in life, man, I'm happy with where I'm at. So I'm content with myself, which is a big thing that I've struggled with for many, many years. When I was younger, I got involved in drugs. Marijuana was the main drug of choice. Thankfully, there was no ice back then, because if there was ice, then I probably would be dead. A lot of my friends are dead or in jail. But I found boxing, man, and I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to be known for something, and boxing was my outlet, and it's something that I thought I'd be good at, and I dedicated myself. I mean, there's good things about OCD, and there's bad things. The good things are it's made me dedicated to the sport of boxing, and if I want something, I can get it, and I'll make it happen, and that's what I've done, and that's the reason I'm sitting here is because I've stayed consistent. When other people haven't, I've stayed consistent. And it's been hard. It's been very hard, but I stayed consistent and I've done it. And that's the good thing about OCD. The bad thing is that it can play with your mind. And I never knew what was happening, but like there was things like I remember, I used to live with my father and his wife Tracy at their house, and I used to go down. I used to drink a lot on the weekends and go out, and I used to have a crossbow, and I used to go into the bathroom downstairs and point the crossbow on my mouth and my head, and it was loaded with an arrow. And I used to look in myself in the eyes and talk to myself and egg myself on, and like I don't know what I was doing. Like didn't want to pull the trigger, but like I was talking to myself, and it's like see how far I could push myself. I used to think about suicide a lot, and then like I used to drive in the car with my eyes shut. See if I could drive from one light post to the next with my eyes shut, see if I could keep the car straight. Little things I had to touch certain things a certain amount of times, and then I started holding my breath. See how long I could hold my breath for. It's just really bad, man. And then like I had a thing about sun. Like I was working for my dad in the roof, and I just had a thing about getting burnt by the sun. It was crazy, man. I used to wear gloves, long sleeve trousers, sunscreen everywhere, a big hat, working on the roof for 8 hours a day. Like it's just insane. And I don't know, man. Like I could never cut chicken breasts. Like I've only just recently been able to cut chicken breasts, like raw chicken breasts, because as I was cutting them, my mind is telling me to pick it up and eat it. My mind is saying eat it, and I'm like, and I know I can't eat it because you get sick, but my mind's telling me to eat it. Like it's always testing me, and like if I see like a train coming along, I'm waiting for a train. It's like jump in front of it, like I don't know, your brain's playing tricks on you, and you got to learn to counteract it. And I didn't know how to do that, but now I know how to. I got ammunition to back it up because I see a psychiatrist and a psychologist, an OCD specialist, that tell me that it's okay. This is happening, and then instead of just keep thinking the process, you stop it, and then you try and outthink it. It's difficult. I take medication every day, and it's craziness, man. It's absolutely craziness. Like you are constantly. You think your mind isn't like here, and then it's just overdrive. Like as soon as I wake up, I'm thinking, how many hours did I sleep? Okay, so you count the hours you slept. Did I get enough sleep? You know what I mean? And then like I used to run, and you'd be running, and it's like got to run 6Ks, and if I ran a little bit over, then I'd have to run 7Ks. You know what I mean? Like, and with the boxing, like if anyone interrupted me when I was training, I'd get really angry. Like everything had to be perfect before the round started. I was already started, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing about it. But like then, like I thought I had everything that I wanted. I used to pray, and this is understand what it is now. I used to pray to God, and I don't even know if there is a God, but now I understand that it was just a thing for me to make myself feel better. See, the thing I've done then with my breath, like that's been a constant thing that I've dealt with for many years, and I've got it a little bit under control now. But like I used to pray every day to God, say, "Dear Lord, please let me make the Olympic Games," and if I do it, 2 months later or 2 weeks later, I can die. I can, just let me go home, be with my family, and eat a little bit of food, and then I'll die because my life is achieved. You know what I mean? And I used to say that prayer maybe 10, 20 times a day, just over inside in my head. Dear Lord, please let me make the Olympic Games, and I'll die 2 weeks later. Like it was like I thought then it was like, me just doing it, but now I understand it was an OCD thing. You know what I mean? And then once I made the Olympics and everything, I thought, yeah, my life's great now. I made the Olympics, and then I'm just like, and I never wanted to die. Don't get me wrong, I never wanted to, but it was constantly on my thought process because it's a suicide. I had 2 people in my life when I was younger kill themselves, even though they weren't close to me. One was my sister's father, so my sister was close to me, so it was a big thing. Her father killed himself. And then my mum's boyfriend at the time, Graham, he used to come around, like, was a good guy. And then I always had these sunnies on him, always. And then he left them there one day, and I said to Mum, he left his sunglasses. And then he never come back. He killed himself. So I remember that. And I remember that from a young age. And now I understand by speaking to my psychiatrist that it was something that happened when I was a kid that I obsessed about. And then it's not I don't want to do it, because I don't want to die, Bella. Like, I'm happy, like I enjoy life. But it was just, that's the OCD trait coming out of me. You obsess about certain things. I obsessed about my girlfriend cheating on me. I always thought she was cheating on me. Where you been? What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's a lot, man, honestly. There's a lot. And, like I could sit here and talk all day about different aspects of how it treats you and how it makes you feel. Like I wrote a diary for most of my amateur career, and I read that back now, and it's hard not to shed a tear. I was a young kid, and when I say young, I was a young man. I was 24, 25, and you are young. I'm 33 now. If I knew what I knew now at that age, we all be different, wouldn't we? And I guess that's life, man, experience. But I was in a world of pain, man, and reading back through them diaries, I didn't understand it, and I kept asking questions in the diary, like, what's going on with me, And I can answer them questions now, though, and that's a big thing for me, to be able to answer questions to myself. And even now, like some days, like the chicken thing only just sort of come back to me the other day, because I was cutting chicken. Me and my girlfriend were cooking my lunches and that, and I was cutting, and I haven't liked cutting the chicken breast. I do the veggies while she does that, because while I'm cutting veggies, like I'm cutting the veggies, and I'll just eat a little bit of the carrot or whatever, and I'm cutting the chicken breast, and I said, I'll do it, and I'm cutting it, and I'm just like getting a little bit paranoid. I'm like, why are you feeling like this? Like, that's what I was asking myself, and I'm thinking it's because you want to eat it, you want to pick it up and eat it. And then I went and washed my hands. I come out to Sasha. I said, you know why I don't like doing that? She's like, why? I said, because I want to eat it, Dom. I want to pick it up and eat it. It's crazy, man. Like, I just want to take a bite out of it, and I know I'm not allowed to, but I want to push the boundaries. You know what I mean? That's like before, I never wanted to shoot myself with a crossbow, but I used to have it in my mouth, like loaded, one bat, and I'd only do it when I was drunk. Because these guys would be asleep, and I'd be downstairs in the bathroom. I was staying there for half hour, an hour, egging myself on. Craziness, man. But look, I'm strong. I'm a survivor, man. I'm a survivor.